Whoa! 83% of you watching right now aren't subscribed. I'd be really grateful if you did. What is up, people? TenCent here, and today I'm back with a United in the Stormwind Wild video. That is my first time saying that. I'm very hyped for this new expansion, and to start things off, I decided that I want to do both a pack opening and a set review or set predictions video combined in one, because last time I did a pack opening video, it didn't do so awesome. And I wanted to do a set review. Log brought that up. I think it's a really good idea. Or set predictions, I mean. So I'm going to run through the set really quick while I'm also opening packs. So you guys can all hear my predictions for each of these cards and how they'll do. Now, disclaimer, it's notoriously really hard to predict how a card will do before it's in a before it's in a set, or before it's actually playing in an environment. So I guess another part of this is you'll see how poorly some of my takes age. I guess we'll just have to see. I might revisit this with Log at the mini set, but I'm just gonna go quickly over a lot of these cards. I have the whole set in front of me, and yeah, so you guys can watch me open packs and go over these cards. And my webcam, unfortunately, is not gonna be in this video. I just wasn't gonna be able to work out the layering and editing, but yeah. Let's start with Peasants. The neutrals. So the neutrals, the first one is Peasants. It's a 1-cost 2/1 at the start of your turn. Draw a card. I don't think that'll see play just because at the start of your turn, draw a card. So I don't see that really getting any value. So it's borderline just a neutral 1/2/1. Now this next card I think it will see play in Wild. A 1-cost 1/3 battle cry. Give a friendly mini taunt. I think if cards like Sunfury Protector see play, then this will see play. I could see something like Darko playing this. I think it'll see finish play. Nothing crazy though. It's a good stat line and a good effect. Now we have Deep Run Engineer. That's a 2-cost 1/2 battle cry. Discover a mech. It costs 1 less. There aren't really any mech shells in Wild. I don't see this being played there. The thing that would play this the most, I think, is something like Odd Warrior that wants that, but it's a 2-cost, so it couldn't even go in there. But once that like mech value later in the game, I don't see that seeing play unless there's a mech shell in the Wild, which Paladin does kind of have a mech deck if you really want to go for that, but yeah, I don't see that seeing play. Next we have Florist, 2-cost 2/3 at the end of your turn. Reduce the cost of a nature spell in your hand by 1. Yeah, I don't see that seeing play. If you're playing nature spells, that means you're probably in Druid and you can do all kinds of silly stuff with them. It doesn't really matter. And if you're Shaman, then you don't really care about the cost either. So I don't see that seeing play. Number 2, Panarine Imposter, 2-cost 1/3. Discover a spell that didn't start in your deck. Yeah, that's not an effect that I think will see significant play. That's not very strong, and it costs 2. So yeah, don't see that seeing any play. 2-cost 1/3 SI7 Skulker, Stealth, Battlecry. The next card you draw costs 1 less. Now it does have stealth. There are some stealth synergies, but I know that there are some SI synergies in this set, but on its own, that is not a strong effect. You're paying 2 for a 2/1. Stealth isn't that good of a keyword in my opinion, and the Battlecry, not that awesome. I don't see that seeing play. Now we have our first tradable card, a 3-cost 3/3, tradable and rush. Now I think that tradable is a great mechanic, but this is borderline useless. This won't see play. Why would you? So yeah, a 3/3/3 rush. No, that won't cut it in Wild. Northshire Farmer, 3/3/3, battle cry. Choose a friendly beast. Shuffle 3/3/3 copies into your deck. Huh. Even in the right shell, what would this do? Right? In the right shell, this could just, if you have a card down you like. If you're in beasts, I don't think there's a card you want more of. So, like that. So I'm gonna say no on that one. No, I don't think that'll see play. Okay, now we have Package Runner, a 3-cost 5/6. Okay. Can only attack if you have at least 6 cards in your hand. This is a neutral card. I could see the right deck running that. I could see like some kind of hand warlock deck maybe playing this. It'll definitely be fringe. It might not see play, but I could see in the right shell this actually seeing play. It'd be kind of a fun card to see. Okay, so we have a first tradable card that seems good. A 3-cost, 3/4, tradable, Battlecry, destroy your opponent's weapon. I think that this will see play. I think that this is a good card. I think that tradable is a good card, a really, really good mechanic in Magic the Gathering. It is a cycle is a mechanic. It is actually almost the exact same. So tradable, if y'all don't know, you pay 1 and shuffle back into your deck and draw a card instead. It makes tech cards like this so much better because you can just get rid of them if you don't need them. I think this is very strong and we'll see plenty of play. Another tradable card, a 3-cost, 2/3 Traveling Merchant. Tradable. Battlecry, gain +1/+1 for each friendly minion you control. Okay. I actually like this in like an aggro druid, but it does cost 3, but in something like an aggro druid or just like a token druid, and it's tradable, I actually really like that. I think that could get pretty big. I think that'll see fringe play in the right druid deck. Okay, now we got a 4-cost 4-cost 3/4 tradable, spell damage +2. That's spell damage +2, not a tech mechanic you're looking to have on a tradable card, I don't think. And also spell damage has limited use. I don't think that will see any play. Royal Librarian, 4-cost 3/4 tradable, Battlecry, silence a minion. If this costs less, I think it could be good. If this costs like 3, I think that it would be very strong. Not very strong, but it would see play. At 4, I don't see this seeing play. It could maybe in some non-meta decks or budget decks, I could see this seeing play. But in meta decks where the lists are tight, I don't see that fitting in anywhere. But I think we'll see it maybe in lower ladder. Okay, Spice Bread Baker. 4-cost 3/2, Battlecry, restore health to your hero equal to your hand size. That's actually really interesting. I think that if there's enough support for like a hand lock deck to come back and you have Package Runner and this, I think this would fit perfectly in a hand lock deck where you're doing a bunch of damage to yourself. I really like this card. I think we'll see it only fits into that shell, but it's cool. Yeah, if it sees play, I think it will just be in like a hand lock, pain lock shell like that. Not a pain lock, no dark layer with this, but like just a hand lock shell like that. It could be pretty interesting, but fringe play at best. Too specific of a effect. Now, Stubborn Suspect, 4-cost 3/5, or 4-cost 3/3, Death Rattle, summon a 3-cost minion. I'm never a huge fan of effects like this. It's hard to predict how it will do. I don't really see it doing anything. It could fit in Death Rattle Demon Hunter, but I think that there are better effects than this. So, don't think you'll see play. It's outclassed. 5-cost, 5/5. Adjacent minions have Wind Fury. Oh my god. That's... Darkler wants that. It does cost 5 though. But immediate thoughts. I mean, they're running Zephyrus just to get that. And they're spending 4 to do it. And they have to wait till Zephyrus online. And that costs 5. I think that card will be in Dark Lair. And I think that will be broken in Dark Lair. That is my prediction right now. Okay. 5-cost 4/6 Lion's Guard, Battlecry. If you have 15 or less health, gain +2/+4 and taunt. I'm never a big fan of conditional effects such as that. I don't see that fitting in anywhere. That's just kind of a weird. Maybe in some kind of Warlock digging deck, but nah. Not for me. I don't think that'll see play. Stormwind Guard, 5-cost 4/5 taunt. Give a Battlecry, give adjacent minions +1/+1. Yeah, that's just arena fodder. Don't think that'll see any play. That's pretty weak. 6-cost 4/4 City Architect. Battlecry, summon 2 0/5 Castle Walls with taunt. Cool card. Don't think it'll see play. More just arena fodder. 8-cost 8/8 Morg Forge Fiend. Taunt. Death Rattle. Gain 8 armor. It's kind of cool, but too expensive. I don't think any warrior deck would realistically run that. Too expensive for the effects we have available to us. Now we have Encumbered Pack Mule, 2-cost 2/3 taunt. When you draw this, add a copy of it to your hand. Wow, that's interesting. Stuff like Serenite Chain Gang already fills. Yeah, Serenite Chain Gang is just like this, but has uses. Yeah, don't see that same play. Has like, yeah, because this does not work with Shutterwalk, stuff like Sear Knight Chain Gang does. Yeah, no, don't think this is a play. That's just an arena card. Mailbox Dancer, 2 cost, 3/2. I will say that art is pretty awesome, but Battle Cry, add a coin to your hand. Death Rattle, give 1 to your opponent. I mean, it's a neutral, so it could go in something like Quest Mage. It gives 1 to your opponent, but you don't really care if you're Quest Mage. I'm not a Quest Mage expert. If it would fit anywhere, I think it would be there. Otherwise, I do not see this card seeing play. Fringe at best. 3 cost, 3/4. Entrapped Sorceress. Battlecry, if you control a quest, discover a spell. That's too weak. Costs too much for a weak effect. Will not see play in my opinion. Two-Face Investor. 3 cost, 2/4. At the end of your turn, reduce the cost of a card in your hand by 1. 50% chance to increase. Yeah, no, that won't see play. That's such a random effect you can't rely on. Will not see play. Oh, okay. Goldshire Knoll. 10 cost, 5/4. Costs 1 less for each other card in your hand. Blizzard seems to really be pushing this handlock thing. If handlock exists, this might be in it. If it doesn't, I don't think this will see play. Oh, I'm very excited for this card. Elwyn Boar, Death Rattle. If you had 7 Elwyn Boars die this game, equip a 15/3 Sword of 1,000 Truths. 1 cost, 1/1. And the Sword of 1,000 Truths is special, I believe. Yes. After you hero attacks, destroy your opponent's mana crystals. So it's just a big FU to your opponent. But yes, and it's a 1 cost, 1/1. I think there are going to be combos around this card. I think that we will be seeing this card, whether it's good or not, and the deck is good or not, is yet to be seen. But I have already seen on Reddit people posting turn 1 combos with this card. I think we will be seeing plenty of it. Again, whether it's good or not, I don't know, but we'll be seeing it. We will definitely be seeing it. Stockade, and I'm so excited to try it out. This is the card that I might be the most excited about trying. And I'm also excited about like a handlock deck. Okay, Stockade's Prisoner. 2 cost, 5/4, starts dormant after you play 3 cards. This awakens. Oh, I could see this seeing play. There are lots of shells where that would fit, like aggro shells. Yeah, we'll see that. We're not seeing the last of Stockade's Prisoner. I actually like that card. That's pretty cool. Okay, Enthusiastic Banker. 3 cost, 2/3. At the start of your turn, store a card from your deck. Death Rattle. Add the stored cards to your hand. I don't see that. That's kind of I guess you're building up cards to draw. That's a weird effect. And that's at the start of your turn, so don't see that same play. That does not seem good to me. Nobleman. 3 cost, 2/3. Battlecry. Create a golden copy of a random card in your hand. Random. I don't think that'll see play. Cheesemonger. 4 cost, 3/6. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, add a random spell at the same cost to your hand. Realistically won't see play. I could see lower ladder decks that are just enjoy RNG stuff playing this, but I don't think it will see play in meta decks. Okay, now to the legendaries. Auctioneer Jackson, 2 cost, 2/3. Whenever you trade, discover a card from your deck to draw instead. Wow, that is if there are enough tradable cards that you can fit into one deck. This is a very strong effect, though I don't think there are enough tradable cards to actually make this realistically work. I think it's a little too cutesy. I don't think it'll see play. I don't think we have enough tradable cards at the moment. But it is cool. But yeah, if you make like a tech only, deck, this could maybe fit in it. But having a body around to have an effect like that is kind of tough because the body's going to go away eventually. Okay, Flightmaster Dungar, we're all familiar with you. It's a cool card, some cool value. Honestly, I don't think it's that good, but it's cool. It's interesting, but I don't know how good it is. I don't think it's very good. It's just kind of cool. You have to wait so long with the dormants, and it's not a threatening body. I personally don't like this card. Okay, a lot of people talking about this card. Cornelius Rome, 6 cost, 4/5. At the start of your end of each player's turn, draw a card. A lot of people like this. I personally don't think it's very good. You're just... I mean, you get a card off of it. They might let it stick around. The opponent draws a card. There's like... You only, as a person that plays this card, stand to lose card value with this. You lose a card, and then you draw one, so you're at net 0, and then your opponent draws 2 cards. So you're down to 2 cards to your opponent, and you spent 6 mana. I think this is awful. Now, this might age poorly. That card sucks, in my opinion. I think that card really sucks. Okay. Lady Prestar. 6 cost, 6/7. Battle Cry. Transform minions in your deck into random dragons. Okay, we know what this is targeting. This is just for an RNG deck. Realistically, I don't think that this will see play. But it's a cool card. Varian, King of Stormwind. 8 cost, 7/7. Battle Cry. Draw a rush minion. Draw a rush minion to gain rush. Repeat for taunt and divine shield. I think you could build a shell around this, though realistically I don't think this will see play in a meta deck. It's too specific and not the best of effects. Okay, now we're on to Demon Hunter. Cool. Metamorphin, 1 cost, 1/2 with taunt. Battlecry, if you've cast a fell spell this turn, gain +2/+2. And it's a Burlock. I don't think there's a shell for this in Demon Hunter. It's objectively, I think it's good stats and a good effect, but I don't think there's a shell for this in Demon Hunter right now. I don't think it'll see play. 2 cost, fell spell, fell barrage. Deal 2 damage to the lowest health enemy twice. That's certainly an interesting effect. I don't see why doing 2 damage to it twice would be... I guess it scales well into the late game. It's early game removal, and then late game it does 2 damage twice, so we can get rid of Divine Shield, because oftentimes a card with the lowest... Sometimes a card with the lowest health will have Divine Shield, because Divine Shield cards sometimes have lower health. I think that at best it's just a subpar removal card in a like Reno Demon Hunter deck. I don't think it'll actually be good if it sees play. That's the only shell I could see it in. Irebound Brute, 7 cost 6/7. Taunt costs 1 less for each card drawn this turn. I don't see that being good. That's too specific. Demon Hunter doesn't really want taunts. Oh, another Sigil. Okay, 1 cost Sigil of Alacrity. At the start of your next turn, draw a card and reduce its cost by 1. I do not think that is good at all. That is 1 mana for... You're wasting a card slot in your deck for something that does borderline nothing. So, not a fan of that card. Do not think that will see play. Chaos Leech, 3 cost fell spell. Lifesteal, deal 3 damage to a minion. Outcast, deal 5 instead. Okay. They are kind of going on like the penance drain soul thing that's going around to all the classes, except they made it kind of worse. Again, I see this in the Reno Demon Hunter shell, nowhere else, and it's just kind of like a okay removal spell. It's better than Fell Barrage, that's for sure in my mind. I only see it in like Reno Demon Hunter. It's okay. It's very okay. It's less than okay. It's like just a... It's fine. It's fine for me. It's like worse than fine. I'll put it that. It's worse than fine, but not bad. Okay, tradable card. Persistent Peddler. 4 cost, 4/3. Tradable. Death Rattle. Summon a Persistent Peddler from your deck. That's not good. It's tradable, sure, but you're just getting another 4/3. I mean, it's a Death Rattle minion. But recurring that doesn't do anything. I think that's bad. In my opinion, that is a bad card that won't even see play in Death Rattle Demon Hunter. Okay, Lion's Frenzy. A 3 cost 0/2 weapon. Has attack equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. Where are all these draw effects that Demon Hunter allegedly has? That's not good, in my opinion. That it doesn't have the... Demon Hunter doesn't have the shell for that. It doesn't. It just doesn't. It's not good. Spell Gorger. 4 cost, 4/3. Battlecry. Draw a fell spell. Okay, there's some draw. Draw a fell spell. Reduce its cost by 2. That's still not good. That is like... That is a very... like common effect. I don't know why it's an epic. I think that is very not good. Final showdown. Okay, we have our first quest. I'm gonna put up all the stages on screen. Okay, so first we have My headphones just died. Or turned off. Okay. So, first we have... I guess I don't need these on, do I? This is still all working. Yep. Cool. So, 1 cost. Final Showdown. Questline. Draw 4 cards in 1 turn. Why with the draw? What crazy draw does Demon Hunter have? They don't have cheap crazy draw to make this work right now. They don't. They do not. Draw 4 cards in 1 turn. Reward. Reduce the cost of the cards drawn by 1. Okay. If you can get those cards drawn, that's a decent effect. Next step. Draw 5 cards in 1 turn. Reduce the cost of cards drawn by 1 again. Next. Draw 5 cards in 1 turn. Reward Demon Slayer Kurtrus. Demon Slayer Kurtrus is a 5 cost 7/7 for the rest of the game. Cards you draw cost 2 less. There's not a shelf for this. I don't think this will see play. That's not good. They don't have draw like that. Why is Blizzard pushing this? Demon Hunter doesn't have draw like that. Yeah, no, it's not good in my opinion at all. I don't think that'll see play. Okay. Jace Darkweaver, 8 cost 7/5. Battlecry, cast all fell spells you've played this game. On account of all the fell spells not being that good, I don't think that'll see play. It may be in... Sorry, that was kind of brutal. I hope we don't have any like crazy Demon Hunter fans here. Yeah, they're just not that good. Sure, it could... Again, Reno Demon Hunter, which is not that awesome of a deck. It'll fit in there probably. It'll probably go in there just because the deck doesn't have that many good cards. But overall, it's not that strong of an effect. It will, if anything, it will fit into a deck that's not very good. Okay, on to Druid. 1 cost common, Sow the Soil. It is a nature spell. Choose 1. Give your minions +1 attack or summon a 2/2 treant. As someone who loves aggro Druid, I actually think that this is pretty decent. Give your minions one. I think this is fantastic. I think that this will be very strong in aggro Druid. My opinion. You're either summoning a 2/2 and or giving all of your minions +1 attack, and it looks like it's not for this turn. Maybe it's for this turn. No, it's just to get +1 attack. That's very strong in my opinion. I think that is a very, very good card and will be instantly in that deck. Wicker Claw, 2 cost 1/4. After your hero attacks, this minion gains +2 attack. Not good. Druid is not known for attacking. I don't think that'll see any play at all. Best in Shell, 6 cost. Tradable. Summon 2/7 turtles with taunt. Too expensive. Druid wants cheap summon spells that will not make the cut, in my opinion. Even though it's tradable. Will not. Vibrant Squirrel, 1 cost 2/1 beast. Death Rattle, summon 4 acorns. Shuffle 4 acorns in your deck. When drawn, summon a 2/1 squirrel. Aggro Druid does not want to wait. Any other Druid deck would not want this. It would only slot into Aggro Druid and it doesn't want to wait that long. Not good, won't see play in my opinion. Kodo Mount, 4 cost. Give a minion +4/+2 and rush. When it dies, summon a Kodo. Like what? Is it Tempo Druid? Maybe? A Tempo Druid deck that does not exist. I guess that this could see play in. No, won't see play. That it would fit in a Tempo Druid shell that does not exist. Don't think that's good. Unless a Kodo is something good. Is a Kodo something good? It is... No, 3 cost, 4/2 with rush. No. Not good. Won't see play. Park Panther. 4 cost, 4/4 with rush. It's a beast. Whenever this attacks, give your hero +3 attack this turn. No, don't see that being good. No Druid Shell supports that in Wild right now. Composting, 2 cost. Give your minions Death Rattle, draw a card. Wow. Wow. Okay, that seems incredibly good. Maybe I'm overestimating that, but that seems really freaking good in Aggro Druid. That seems phenomenal for rebuilds. That is an amazing card. I think that is in there right away. I think that is a fantastic card. I'm really excited for that card. I think that is great. Aggro Druid would love that. Oracle of Elwyn, 3 cost 2/4. After you play a minion that costs 2 or less, summon a copy of it. No shell for that. I do not think that will be good in Wild. Okay, so we got our Druid quest, Lost in the Park. Quest line. Okay, cost 1, of course. Gain 4 attack with your hero, reward gain 5 armor. Then the next questline, gain 5 attack with your hero, reward gain 5 armor and draw a card. Next, gain 6 attack with your hero, reward Guff the Tough, 5 cost, 8/8. Taunt, battle cry, give your hero 8 attack this turn, gain 8 armor. Like I said, I think that this is mainly targeted for standard. Of course it's targeted for standard, but I think that this will only really be good in standard. Druid, it seems like they're trying to make like a tempo trade / attack druid that I don't think will be good in wild. This will not see play. This is very not good in my opinion. Okay, now we have the legendary. 8 cost 5/5, Sheldress, Moontree, Battlecry. The next 3 spells you draw are cast when drawn. Okay. It costs 8, so it won't see play in wild straight up, but that is a cool effect. I do like that effect, but too expensive. I mean, it is in druid, but even then, I don't see that seeing play. It's too odd of an effect for too much, and cheating it out isn't worthwhile when you can just cheat out the spells itself in druid. So yeah, nope, don't think that'll see play. Okay, Hunter. We probably got to start going faster. Jeez, I do. Okay, we're gonna speed this up. Hunter. Aim shot, 3 cost. Common, deal 3 damage. Your next hero power does 2 damage more. It'd be really good if it didn't cost 3. I think that is too expensive and will not see play. Stormwind Piper, 3 cost 1/3. After this minion attacks, give your beast +1/+1. That would be good if it didn't have to wait to attack. Even though it's a 1/6. I don't think. Now, I will say that Hunter has a criminally low amount of board buffs. So that is actually one of the only, if the only board buff for Hunter. For beasts in Hunter. So I think that might see play on account of that there aren't any board buffs, but I think that's not a good card in my opinion. Okay. So if it sees play, it's just because there aren't any cards better than it, but I don't think it's that good. Even though it's a 1/6, don't think that's good. Ronit Nest, 4 cost 2/2. Death Rattle, summon 5/1/1 rats. That's bad. That costs 4, just summons rat. No, not good in my opinion. Yeah, especially since there aren't any buffs in Hunter that could help that. Devouring Swarm, 0 cost. Choose an enemy minion. Your minions attack it, then return any that die to your hand. This could be interesting in a Beast Hunter deck. I actually think this is pretty good in Beast Hunter. It's just a solid card. Now, do you want to be trading in Beast Hunter? Do you want to be focusing on your opponent's board? Not really, but I think it could be good in there. If it was to go somewhere, it would go there. I think this would be cool. I think it's a cool card. I'm interested to see what happens. I think it's good. I think it's objectively a good card. Especially in Hunter, something that has lots of little minions. So, yeah, pretty good. Leatherworking Kit. 2 cost 0/3. After 3 friendly beasts die. Okay, so we're going to have some beast dying mechanics, I guess. After 3 friendly beasts die, draw a beast and give it +1/+1. Lose 1 durability. I don't think Beast wants this, or Hunter wants this weapon, especially Beast Hunter. Do not think that is good, underwhelming effect for what you have to do. Ramming Mount, 3 cost. Give a minion +2/+2 and immune while attacking. When it dies, summon a ram. It costs 3, so I do not think this will see any play, unfortunately, for this card, because it's kind of cool. But nope. Yeah, costing 3 is not good. Transported Tarantula, 5 cost 4/5, tradable. It's a beast. Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1 spiders with poisonous and rush. Okay, I actually think that this is pretty good. They have rush. That's good, right? What list would want this though? Aggro Hunter does not want it. Beast Hunter, it's too expensive. If this is gonna go anywhere, it's going to go into like a slower Hunter. The more I think about this, no show wants this card. It's cool, but I don't think you'll see any play, unfortunately. 6 costs. Rats of extraordinary size. Summon 7 1/1 rats. Any that can't fit on the battlefield, go to your hand with +4/+4. Not good. That is not a good effect. I do not think that is a good card. Okay, here is the talk of the set so far. Defend the Dwarven District. Deal 2 damage with 2 spells. Reward your hero power can target minions. Then deal damage with 2 spells. Reward, set the cost of your hero power to 0. Okay, then deal 2 damage with spells. Reward, Tevish, Master Marksman. Tevish, Master Marksman is 5 cost 7/7 battle card for the rest of your game. Spells you cast refresh your hero power. This is just the Anduin combo, but less hard to get to, in my opinion. I think that this is fantastic. I think that this is a incredible combo card. I think that this will be warping the wild meta. I'm sure that you all have heard about it before. I think that this card will make its own deck. I think it will be very good. I think it will warp the wild meta. It might get nerfed. I think we will be teching against this. I think we'll be playing against this a lot. I think that this is a great card. People have already started making lists for it. Really, really good card. It's going to make a really fun deck. I'm really excited to play. It's just good. It starts in your hand. You get it right away. You can complete it really easily, and then you just get it, and you can win. It's like the Anduin combo, but a million times easier, and that deck is great. So, fantastic card. This gets 10 out of 10 stars. I think it's phenomenal. It might get nerfed, honestly. I feel like it's weird saying that right on release, but it might get nerfed. That seems really good. Okay, the Rat King, 5 cost 5/5 legendary. Rush, Death Rattle, go dormant, revive after 5 friendly minions die. That's bad. That will not see any play. That kind of sucks. I feel like Hunter just kind of got Defend the Dwarven District and Devouring Swarm. The 0 cost attack a minion. Those are the only good cards they got. Well, Defend the Dwarven District is more than enough to ask for. Cool. Now on to Mage. 0 cost Hot Streak. The next fire spell this turn costs 2 or less. Very generic card. If anything, it will fit into a combo Mage, but even then, I don't think that's good. Sorry, Mage. That's a bad combo enabler, in my opinion. There are just better cards than that you'd rather play that cost 0 in Mage, or ways to reduce cards. Log pointed out to me, with Encanter Flow, you can make a lot of cards cost 0. So yeah. Don't think this will see. If anything, it'll be in combo Mage, but again, there are better cards and things like Encanter's Flow that make the rest of your deck cost 1 or 0. So don't think this will play. That is the only reasonable application I could see, but it is outclassed even there. Pressures, Pyromancer, 2 cost 2/3. Battle Cry. Your next fire spell has spell damage +2. That's not good. Not good. Spell damage is not the best effect, and I don't think that's awesome. Yeah, will not see play. Fire Sale, 4 cost, common as fire spell, tradable, deal 3 damage to all minions. Now, it is notable to say that Mage does not have a lot of board clears, and this is tradable, though I will say that there are a million ways to tutor secrets, and Flame Ward is probably just better. So I'm going to say that Flame Ward's better, and this will not see play, unfortunately for this card. Okay, first Flame, 1 damage, deal 2 damage to a minion, add a second Flame to your hand. I think just the Frost, the spells that freeze cards is probably just better. I mean, in Mizaki, this is actually really good because you get the second card. Okay, you know what? In Mizaki, this is really good because you get the second card. Otherwise, I do not think this will see play. But yes, in Mizaki, I think this is very good. Celestial Ink Set. 2 cost 0/2 weapon. After you spend 5 mana on spells, reduce the cost of spell in your hand by 5. Lose 1 durability. There isn't a shelf for this. I don't think this is good. It's a random spell, so I don't think this will see play. And why would you want a weapon that's 0/2? Yeah. Mana Sink, not good. And it's random, so nope. Not in Wild. Sanctum Chandler, 5 cost 4/5. After you cast a fire spell, draw a card. Not good. It costs 5 for an effect like that. There aren't really that many good fire cards, fire cards in Mage. Besides stuff like Fireball. So yeah, I believe Fireball's a fire card. It would make sense if it was. Not a good card. It will not see play. Too expensive. Mage Minion already has to be really good to see play. Not that. Won't make the cut. Okay, we have Ignite. 2 cost. Deal 2 damage. Shuffle and Ignite into your deck that deals 1 more damage. Okay, so I assume you can repeat this, but not the best effect. Mage doesn't care about this in Wild. There isn't a Mage deck that would like this. So, I mean, I guess it makes sure that Mizaki doesn't run out of gas because you always have burn in your deck. You know what? Now that I think of it like that, I kind of like it. If you put just one of these in your deck with Mizaki, you never run out of burn. You know what? I like this as a one-up in Mizaki. I think this will see play because you never run out of burn. I like that. You know what? Yeah, I like that. I actually like that a lot. Okay, so see play in Mizaki, but nowhere else. Nowhere else for sure. Clumsy Courier, 7 cost 4/5. Battlecry. Cast the highest cost spell from your hand. Whoa. Okay. I think that Toltarian Pilgrim is just better, but that's interesting. No. I think I just said it best there. Toltarian Toltarium? You know what I'm talking about. Toltarian Pilgrim is just better. Unfortunately, though, it is a cool card. But yeah, outclassed, so won't see play in Wild. Okay, now we got the quest. 1 cost, Sorcerer's Gambit. Questline, cast a Fire, Frost, and Arcane spell. Wow, okay. Draw a card is your only reward. Then cast a Fire, Frost, and Arcane spell. Discover 1. Okay. Cast a Fire, Frost, and Arcane spell. Reward. Arcanist Dawn Grasp. This better be good. 5 cost 7/7 battlecry for the rest of the game. You have spell damage +3. That's bad. That's a lot of stuff you gotta do for a not good reward. I think that will not see play. Grand Magus Antonidas. How's it going? 8 cost 6/6 battlecry. If you've cast a fire spell on each of your last 3 turns, cast 3 fireballs at random enemies. 8 cost for that is not good in my opinion, and it's at random enemies. If it was at your opponent's, in your opponent's face, which you can, I guess, make sure it does that. I think this will be a good finisher in Standard, but in Wild, this will not see play in my opinion. If it just hit your opponent's face, I think it would be if there maybe like a tempo mage might exist if it hit your opponent's face, but no, not good in my opinion. If it's just random enemies, it costs 8. That's ridiculous. Okay. Now on to Paladin. Blessed Goods. 1 cost, holy spell. Discover secret weapon or divine shield minion. Actually, it tutors the wrong stuff. The thought is there. In Tax Paladin, this seems great. Otherwise, not good. Tax Paladin is perfect though. Okay. 2 cost, City Tax, tradable, lifesteal, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Okay, this is tradable. I actually really like this. I think this is a really cool spell. Yeah, 1 damage. Paladin does not have a lot of good board clears, so I think this is really good. And it's lifesteal. I think in a like Tax Paladin. This is good in Tax Paladin. Nothing else. They would like this though. Alliance Bannerman, 3 cost 2/2. Battlecry, draw a minion. Give minions in your hand +1/+1. Okay, so they're giving a little bit of hand buff support back. There are better hand buff cards, I think. No, I think this would be really good in hand buff. You tutor a card and then you give all your minions +1/+1. This is really good in hand buff, I think. This will see play, I think. Prismatic Jewel Kit. Now, I will say I've never played hand buff, but it seems good to me. Prismatic Jewel Kit, 1 cost 0/3. Give a friendly minion. After a friendly minion loses Divine Shield, give minions in your hand +1/+1. Lose 1 to... Not good. Will not see play. That is a weak effect. Noble Mount, 2 cost. Give a minion +1/+1 and Divine Shield. When it dies, summon a Warhorse. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of these in the set so far. Summon a blank. Warhorse, 1/1 with Divine Shield. That sucks. That card is bad. That card sucks. Will not see play. Catacomb Guard, 3 cost 1/4. Lifesteal, Battlecry. Deal damage equal to his minion's attack to an enemy minion. Okay, so this is hand buff fodder. You know what? I actually really like that for hand buff. I think that is a very cool card for hand buff, and it has lifesteal. I think they'll see you play in hand buff. I think hand buff is about to get a lot more tempo-y, and I think that's really cool. Lightbringer's Hammer, 3 cost 3/2. Lifesteal, can't attack heroes. That sucks. That sucks. You're bad. You're a bad card. Will not see play. 4 cost 3/5. First Blade of Rin. Yeah. Divine Shield, Battlecry, gain rush if it has at least 4 attack. That is not good. That is not good and will not see play. Yeah, I mean, hand buff, yeah, but it's a 4 cost with Divine Shield. Yeah, not good. Nope. Don't think that's a good card. Okay, here's the quest. Rise to the Occasion, 1 cost. Questline, play 3 different 1 cost cards. Okay. Reward, Light's Justice. So Log and I have talked about this card a lot. I think it is phenomenal. Okay. So 3 1 cost cards, not hard at all for Paladin. Now Pave the Way. Play 3 different 1-cost cards. Reward, upgrade your hero power. So you just made your deck into Odd Paladin, and you are even. You have access to all the even cards, and you are now Odd Paladin. You get the Odd Paladin hero power after only playing 6 1-cost cards, which is easy for Paladin. Very easy for Paladin. Event to Fallen. Questline. Play 3 different 1-cost cards. Reward, Lightborn Carriel. Librarian Carriel is a 5-cost 7/7. For the rest of the game, you shall have a recruit. Silverhand recruits have +2/+2. This is phenomenal. This deck is going to be real. It is going to be great. Just like the Hunter Quest, I think that this is going to be phenomenal. I think we are seeing a lot of it. It will warp the wild meta. I think this is going to be a real deck that will stick around, assuming the quest does not get changed. This is great. I think this is fantastic. I'm so excited to play it. You are making your deck into Odd Paladin without having to be odd. You can play all the even cards. There are a lot of even cards that would be great in Odd Paladin that you can't play. This is phenomenal. I think this is really, really good. And with Lightborn Carriel, you just... And then also your hero power. Your hero power is 2-cost summon 2 3/3s. And you can place on turn 5. Oh, well, you can't with all the 1-cost men. But you get what I'm saying. That's really good. We have to move on, but that is Rise to the Occasion, mark my words, will be great. So will the Hunter Quest. They will both be phenomenal. Hunter Quest is, I think, already tier 1 in my mind. I think it'll be tier 0. I'm calling that. Hunter Quest is going to be tier 0. That deck's going to be tier 0. Okay. High Lord 4 Dragon. 6-cost 5/5 Divine Shield. After friendly minion loses Divine Shield, give a minion in your hand 5. That's not good. Not good card. Will not see play. Well, it's a 6-cost. Weird. It's weird. It doesn't have rush or anything. No. Divine Shield synergies don't work. Not a good card in my opinion. Oh, love this card for Priest. Okay. 1-cost Holy Spell, Shard of Naru. Tradable, silence all enemy minions. This is fantastic. This is a great tech card. It will see play in Reno Priest and stuff like that. It is tradable, so you can get rid of it if you don't need it. This is phenomenal. Really good card in my opinion. Twilight Scepter, 2-cost 2/3 Battlecry. If any hero took damage this turn, draw a shadow spell. Priest shadow spells aren't good enough for this to see play. Also just a weird draw card that Priest doesn't want. Void Shard, 4-cost shadow card. Here's a shadow card. Still doesn't make it worth it to play that other card though. Lifesteal, deal 4 damage. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. Shadow Cloth Needle, 4-cost 0/3. After you cast a shadow spell, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Lose 1 durability. It's okay. Priest, no, it's not okay. TenCent, don't kid yourself. Priest already has good board clears. This is not good in Wild at all. 3-cost 3/4 Psy Fiend. After you cast a shadow, why so many shadow spells? Deal 2 damage to each hero. Okay, so they're trying to make APM Priest better. Okay, you know what? Go, APM Priest. Will it fit into APM Priest? No. The shell is good as it is. I think it's a legitimate good deck. This actually just mucks up the combo. Even an APM Priest, not good in my opinion. Elec Mount, 7-cost. After a minion, give a minion +4/+7. When it dies, summon a Elec. I don't, what is an Elec? Okay, what is it? It's a 4/7 with taunt. That is so bad. It costs 7. That is terrible. Come on, Blizzard. Not good. I don't like this. Give a minion X when it dies, summon X. They've all been terrible in my opinion. Call a Grave, 1-cost. Discover Death Rattle minion. If you have enough mana to play it, trigger its Death Rattle. Death Rattle Priest support. Deck is bad, card is bad, will not see play. 1-cost 1/3. Void Touched Attendant. Both heroes take 1 extra damage from all sources. Not a good card. Not good card. Okay, now the quest. 1-cost. Seek Guidance. Questline. Play a 2, 3, and 4-cost spell. Reward. Discover a deck. Reward. Discover a card from your deck. Okay, that's a lot of stuff that you need to do. What is the payoff? Next step. Play a 5 and 6-cost card. Discover a card from your deck. Okay. Next step. Play a 7 and 8-cost card. Reward. Zerella the Sanctified. Zerella the Sanctified is 5-cost 7/7. Taunt. Battlecry. Shuffle the Purified Shard into your deck. Okay, the Purified Shard is a 10-cost spell. Not a spell. It just triggers. It's a 10-cost thing that deals. It says destroy the enemy hero. That's a lot of stuff you need to do. You know, I think that there will be a priest deck built around this. I think there will be a control priest built around this. I think it'll be cool. I don't think it'll be that good. I think people will play it. I think it will be a real deck. I think it'll be tier 3 or tier 4. That is my call on that. Okay, now Dark Bishop Benedictus. 5 cost, 5/6, start of game. If the spells in your deck are all shadow, enter shadow form. What is shadow form? Okay, so your hero power is deal 2 damage. This is a really cool card. So Shadow Priest. I don't think there are enough tools for it. It's cool. I think people are gonna try it. I don't think it'll be good. It'll probably be a deck I end up making a video on, but I don't think it'll be real. I don't think it'll be good. Oh geez, we got so much left, you guys. Okay, we're gonna start going really fast. Okay, we gotta ramp this up. Okay, Rogue, 3 cost, 3/4, Lone Shark, Battle Cry, give your opponent a coin, Death Rattle, you get 2. Not good, won't see play. SI Operative, 3 cost, 2/4, Rush. After this, attacks a minion, gains Stealth. That's not good, won't see play. SI7 Informant. Battle Cry, gain +1/+1 for each SI7 card you've played this game. Doesn't have Rush, doesn't have any of the keywords. That's not good, unfortunately, for Rogue. SI7 Extortionist, tradable, deal 7 damage to an undamaged character. It's tradable, and it costs 1. I think this is actually really good for Rogue. Yeah, that's really good for Rogue. And it's tradable. Yeah, no, I think I'll see play. I think that's really solid. And it's an SI card. Okay, Sketchy Informant, 3 cost, draw a Death Rattle card from your Death Rattle card that costs 4 or less. Trigger Death Rattle. Okay. Oh my gosh. Death Rattle Rogue support, except it doesn't fit into the deck. This doesn't... Actually, no, this is terrible in Death Rattle Rogue because you don't want to be triggering those Death Rattles. Yeah, no, this is really not good in any deck because you don't want to play this in Death Rattle Rogue because you're triggering... Yeah, no, this is not good. There's nothing the only thing it would fit in Death Rattle Rogue in this deck. That deck does not have any 4-cost Death Rattle cards that you want to draw. It doesn't have any 4-cost Death Rattle cards, so not good. I mean, it has the weapon, but again, wouldn't want to play that. Oh my gosh, SI7 Assassin costs 7, 4/4. Costs 1 less for each SI7 card you play this game. Combo, destroy an enemy minion. On account of the SI7 cards not being good, this will not be good. Garrote, 2 cost, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. Shuffle 3 bleeds into your deck that deal 2 more when drawn. Not good. I don't think this will see play. Interesting concept though, but not good. Rogue doesn't want this. Or there is no Rogue shell that wants this. I guess maybe in like Odd Rogue. But yeah, even Odd Rogue. I mean, Odd Rogue can't play it because it's a 2-cost spell, so that's the only thing they would want it, so they can't play it. Not good. Counterfeit Blade, 4 cost, 4/2, Battle Cry, give a random friendly Death Rattle. Gain a random friendly Death Rattle to trigger this game. Okay. Okay. Yeah, a Death Rattle Rogue. This is in Death Rattle Rogue. It has a lot of weapon draw and only 2 weapons. I found myself needing weapons a lot in Death Rattle Rogue. I play it. I realized I didn't actually end up making a video on it, but it's a really fun deck. I think this will be in Death Rattle Rogue. Death Rattle Rogue is not a real deck, but it'll go in there and I'll see play in there. Okay, here's the quest. Find the imposter. Play 2 SI7 cards. Add a spy gizmo to your hand. The spy gizmos are... I'll put those on screen. They're just little... They're fun little tech cards that don't really do a lot. They're kind of cool though. Play 2 SI7 cards, add a spy gizmo to your hand. Play 2 SI7 cards, spy master scabs, 5 cost, 7/7. Add 1 of each spy gizmo to your hand. Okay, this is terrible on the account that all the SI7 cards are not that good. But I will say this is a really, 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 really cool. So I want to be wrong about this because I will say all of the tempo cool little spy stuff, all the tempo like value plays that you can do with the SI cards and that quest and the spy gizmos are really cool. I think they're not good, but if it ends up being good, that is incredible, and I am so on board with this deck. I'm really excited to see if it works. I think it is bad and will not work and will fall flat in Wild. But if it does work, I am over the moon. I want to be proven wrong. Okay, I'm really excited about this. Legendary for Rogue, 2 cost 3/2 Maestra of the Masquerade. You start the game as a different class until you play a Rogue card. I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool. I think that Steel Rogue will do something with this. I think that Steel Rogue will definitely do something with this. I really like that card. I'm excited to see what it does. I think it'll see play. Okay. We got 3 classes left. Oh, jeez. Okay. Doing an entire set review. Wow. Hey, I'm doing an entire set review in one sitting. Like and subscribe, please. Please, people. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't beg. Okay. Shaman. Investment opportunity. 1 cost common. Draw an overload card. Shaman doesn't have draw. It's not good draw at all, but Shaman doesn't have draw, so I think that might see some play just because they don't have draw. Canal Slogger, 4 cost, 6/4, Rush, Lifesteal, Overload 1. That's just a big body. I do not think that will see play in Shaman. After you play a card with Overload, summon a 2/3 Spirit Wolf with Taunt. That is a 4 cost, 2/5. That's weird. Shaman does not. Was I saying Rogue before? Shaman does not want that. Auction House Gavel, 2 cost 2/2. After your hero attacks, reduce the cost of a battle cry minion in your hand by 1. Now, immediately I think that this would, if it would go anywhere, it would go in Shadowwalk Shaman, and that deck does not want an effect like this. It's too weak, and you have to you have to give too much to make it work, and you don't get enough in return. Not a good card once you play. Charged Call, 3 cost. Discover a 1 cost minion and summon it. That's upgraded for each time you overload. For each overload card you play this game. Bad card once you play. Granite Forgeborn, 4 cost, 4/5 battle cry. Reduce the cost of elementals in your hand and deck by 1. Elemental Shaman. It's not cutting it for me, y'all. It costs 4. It costs 4, and I mean, it just doesn't. The deck doesn't care that much. Elementals are pretty cheap. I don't think that's very good. Overdraft, 1 cost tradable. Unlock your overload mana crystals to deal that much damage. Wow. That's really, so it does that much damage and unlocks the mana crystals? I think that's phenomenal. That'll be really good. That'll see play. That's really good. Tiny Toys, 6 cost. Summon 4 random 5 cost minions. Make them 2/2. Summon 4 random ones. Not good. Not good in my opinion. 2 RNG costs too much. Okay, here's the quest. Quest line, play 3 cards with Overload. Reward, unlock your overloaded mana crystals. That's really cool. Next one, play 3 cards with Overload. Summon a 3/3 elemental with Taunt. Okay, play 2 cards with Overload. Summon Stormcaller Brukan. Stormcaller Brukan is a 5 cost 7/7 battle cry for the rest of your game. Your spells cast twice. Okay, I think that's really cool. I think there'll be a Shaman Shell that plays this, and it will definitely run Investment Opportunity, the 1 cost, the Draw an Overload card. That's really cool. I think it'll fit in some kind of control Shaman that has a combo finish. I think that's really cool and good. Okay, the Legendary. Bolner Hammerbeak, 2 cost 1/4. After you play a Battlecry minion, repeat the first Battlecry played this turn. This is really value. I think it'll fit into that control Shaman deck I was just talking about that will form from that quest. This is really cool. I think Shaman's really happy with this set. Overdraft is a great card. Investment Opportunity will work really well. Yeah, I think that they just got a bunch of really good tools for a control deck. This is cool. Good for Shaman. Okay, Warlock. Bloodhound Imp, 2 cost 2/5. Whenever this attacks, deal 2 damage to your hero. That's bad. Won't see play. That is not good at all. Demonic Assault, 4 cost, deal 4 damage. Summon 2, 1. Actually, you know what? Going back to Bloodbound Imp. No, never mind. Still bad. I was thinking, like, is there some kind of Warlock that would want that? I've decided no. Bad card still. Okay, Demonic Assault, 4 cost, deal 3 damage. Summon 2, 1/3 Voidwalkers with Taunt. Not a good card. Sorry. It costs 4 for a very weak effect. Yeah, no. Okay, Shady Bartender. 5 cost 4/4 tradable. Give your Battle Cry, give your demons +2/+2. That's awful. That is really truly awful. It costs 5 for that effect. That is awful. Okay. Won't see play. Touch of the Nathrazim. 1 cost. It's a shadow spell. Deal 2 damage to a minion. If it dies, restore 4 health to your hero. That's okay. That's okay. Mortal Coil. It's kind of like a different Mortal Coil. You know what? Yeah, I think maybe in Reno Lock or something. The only thing it would go in is Reno Lock. It's okay. I don't even think it makes the cut there. It's fine. It's fine. Ruined Mithril Rod. 3 cost 0/2. After you draw 4 cards, reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1. Lose 1 durability. See, unlike Demon Hunter, Warlock has a shell for this, and I still don't think they'll play it because you're spending 3 on a weapon to just sit there and draw. I don't think this is good. There isn't a shell that wants this. Dark Alley Pact. 4 cost. Shadow spell. Summon a fiend with stats equal to the to your hand size. Okay, so more of this hand size stuff. I think this could be cool. I don't think it's good, but I think in that hand-lock deck that I'm making up in my head, I think this will see play. Will that deck be good? Probably not. But if it goes there, it has a home for a potential deck. We'll say that. It has a home. Dreaded Mount. 3 costs. Give a minion +1/+1. When it dies, summon an endless dread. Oh gosh, more of these cards. Is it gonna be bad? What's this Dreadsteed? Death Rattle. That in your turn, summon Tamsin's Dreads. Oh. Okay, so Tamsin's Dreadseed is a 4 cost 1/1, but it is summoned, so you don't care about the cost. And it says at Death Rattle at the end of your turn, summon Tamsin's Dreadseed. So you just keep getting this back forever. I still don't think it's good, but you have, I mean, it's definitely the best out of all of these weird give a minion X summon something because it comes back forever, but I still don't think it's good at all. Entitled Customer. 6 cost 3/2. Battle card. Deal damage equal to your hand size to all other minions. This is great. This hand lock deck is going to be real. Swear. I swear this is going to be real and this is going to be great in there. Okay. So here is the quest. The Demon Seed quest line. Take 6 damage on your turn. Reward lifesteal. Deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. Okay, next. Take 7 damage on your turn. Lifesteal. Deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. Questline. Take 8 damage on your turn. Reward Blightborn Tamsin. 5 cost 7/7 Blightborn Tamsin. Battle cry for the rest of your game. Damage you take on your turn damages your opponent instead. Okay. I am incredibly excited about this quest, but I don't think it will go in Dark Lair. I don't think it'll go in Dark Lair. I think you need to make a shell specifically just around this. I don't think it just goes into Dark Lair. I know a lot of people do. This is a hot take. I think not in Dark Lair. I don't think it'll be run in Dark Lair. I think it will make its own deck that will be phenomenal, but not Dark Lair. It'll be its own thing that is made just to make this work. But I think that deck will be incredible, and I think that it will be really strong. Really strong. I'm so excited for that. Okay. Now we have 6 cost 8/8 Anetheron. Cost 1. If your hand is full, yeah, this is going in handlock, you guys. Handlock exists, and this card will go in it. Guaranteed. I'm really excited for this archetype. Okay. Warrior. Warrior. 2 cost 2/2. Hold up. Yep. Warrior. 2 cost 2/2. Battle cry. Draw pirate. 2 slow for pirates. Pirate warrior does not want that. Okay. Heavy plate. Tradable. Gain 8 armor. Cost 3. Okay. This would go in odd warrior. Gain 8 armor is good. It's tradable. I don't think odd warrior wants this. It might see a 1-of in there though. Maybe. It costs 3 though. Yeah, no, no, it won't see play. It does. No, it's tradable though. You know what? Yes, it will see. But Odd Warrior doesn't want to draw because it wins by decking your opponent. I'm gonna say no. At best, fringe play an Odd Warrior, but I don't think it'll see play because Odd Warrior doesn't really want it. Okay, Stormwind Freebooter. 3 cost 3/3. Battle cry. Give your hero +2 attack this turn. That is not good at all. Yeah, even if it's a pirate, not good at all. 1 cost, Shiver Me Timbers. Deal 1 damage to a minion. If you control pirate, deal 5 damage instead. Pirate warrior does not want spells. Not good. Cargo guard, 3 cost 2, 3. 3 cost 2, 4. It's pirate, excuse me. At the end of your turn, gain 4 armor. Pirate warrior does not want that. That's terrible. Cowardly Grunt, 6 cost 6, 2. Death Rattle, summon a minion from your deck. Okay, big warrior inbound. Just kidding. But yeah, this would go in the big warrior deck, and that doesn't exist and won't exist. So not good, in my opinion. Okay, 0 cost, tradable spell, Provoke. Choose a friendly minion. Enemy minions attack it. That could be good. I think the obvious thing is pair with Cowardly Grunt. It's objectively, like in a bubble, it's a good card, but in Warrior, I don't think this will see any play. Though it is a cool card. If it was in a different class, I think it'd be a lot better. Okay, Royal Control Golem. 4 cost, 3/6. This art is really freaking cool. After this takes damage, shuffle 2 Golem parts into your deck. When drawn, summon a 2/1 mech. That's not good. It, unfortunately, I mean, it also works with, that's another card that would Provoke would just work with, but that's too cute of a combo. I don't think it'll realistically work or do anything impactful. So, despite it being a really cool flavor, really cool art, not a good card. Okay, here's the quest. Raid the docks, 1 cost. Play 3 pirates. Draw a weapon. Okay. Then create a distraction. Play 2 pirates. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy twice. Play 2 pirates. Reward Captain Rokara, 5 cost. Captain Rokara, 7/7. Summon the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut at the start of your turn. Summon a pirate, equip a warrior weapon, and fire 2 cannons that deal 2 damage. So, okay. So I can see that the rest of the cards in this set, in the warrior set, are meant to make like a slower, more tempo warrior, pirate warrior with this quest. I think this quest just goes into pirate warrior though. I don't think you need to make it slower. I don't think you need to make a tempo pirate warrior. I think you can just play an aggro pirate warrior and get this done just the same. So I think this quest is really strong. I think it's really cool and really strong. I think pirate warrior will love it. I don't think it will make a tempo warrior. I think pirate warrior will be really good with this quest. I think it'll really like it. I'm really excited to see what happens with it. Okay, last card of this video. 7 cost, 7/7 Lothar. At the end of your turn, attack a random enemy minion. If it dies, gain +3/+3. That's terrible. That's not good. That's like a common neutral effect. I don't think that's good. Kind of sucks that that's what we're ending on, but I think that's bad. Okay, that's literally all of United in Stormwind. Oh my gosh, that's an hour and 2 minutes. Whew. Okay, well, I hope you all liked the video. If you watched this whole thing, so much respect to you. I guess watch it like a podcast or something. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Those are my takes. We'll see how these age. We'll go back and look at them at the mini set, I think. Log and I will go ahead and check these out. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for sticking out to the end if you did that. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.